Hello. Do you half watch the television in the morning? I was half watching it at breakfast yesterday, and they were interviewing a mother whose teenage daughter had been abducted and, as a result, suffered severe brain damage. Well, halfway through the interview, I had to nip out to the loo, as gentlemen of my age sometimes have to. And by the time I returned, they'd nearly finished. So all that I learnt about it was that it was the boyfriend who'd done the abducting. What on earth was going through his mind, I asked myself. And then I recalled the words of G.K. Chesterton describing madness. When someone is mad, he said, we say he's lost his reason. In fact, his reason is perfectly intact. It's the rest of him that's out of order. Now this, I think, is true. I recently met someone whose ability to reason was in full working order, but it didn't stop him believing that the police were constantly spying on him from helicopters. I live only half a mile from his home, and I can report that we hardly ever see a police helicopter. But his imagination was gripped by the idea. Long ago, someone was asked to believe the unbelievable. You are going to be the father of many nations, God told him. This presented an obvious problem. Abraham and his wife Sarah were way beyond childbearing age. How did God manage to get around the limitations of Abraham's thinking? By using his imagination. I will surely bless you and make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and the sand on the seashore, God's angel tells Abraham. Imagine Abraham's life. By night, and that's when you travel in the desert when it's cool, the sky is full of stars. Have you ever been somewhere where you're miles and miles away from the nearest electric light? The sky is pitch black. And the stars are that bright you feel you could reach up and touch them. The desert, of course, is sand, and more sand. Abraham is presented with these sights by night and day. They're his newspaper, his television, and his internet. In the end, he comes to a place of belief, as his media diet feeds his imagination. Leafing through the Times, looking for a story of this young woman, I came across this headline: More women addicted to gambling. Now, if you're a sad daytime television watcher like myself, you'll not be surprised, because you're bombarded of an afternoon with adverts for bingo sites, which launch you into a world of total unreality. The lonely, housebound housewife is given a vision of a wonderful party going on, full of attractive, laughing friends. It's total nonsense, of course, but it feeds our need for friendship and fun. And your housewife imagines a whole new life of happiness will open up to her, if only she spends her afternoons staring at a bingo site screen. If, when I become this country's president for life, I ban, say, gambling adverts and pornography. I will be told off for limiting freedom of expression, personal liberty, etc., etc., etc. But I suspect that the mysterious boyfriend who performed the abduction and ruined a lovely young girl's life did it not by what was going through his mind, but by how he fed his imagination. I'll see you again in March. Bye-bye.